Hey friends, there's sensitive subject matter in this episode.
If you're at all feeling triggered, please reach out to family, friends, or a crisis hotline center. Call them.
Call 'em.
Thanks. Morning.
What do I do? I don't know what to do.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, this is...
Can I just say one thing?
That's Demi.
That's Jess.
And we are here.
We've been here.
I know. Shit.
Okay, here we go. Third time's the charm.
A million times a charm.
I know. How are you?
You know, as
Just
you
on the
might
mend.
be able to tell, I have a little bit of a cold. I hope, you never really watched Friends, but I hope I sound like sexy Phoebe because she had a cold in the show Friends.
Uh-huh.
And, she's not a good singer. And it's
Okay.
kind of like a joke of the show that she, can sing and play guitar.
When she's sick?
And then
Oh.
when she's sick, she actually sounds good.
Oh. I
So-
should watch Friends, I guess.
It's on Netflix.
But okay, I don't like laugh tracks. I just hate them so much.
I don't even think I notice it, to be honest.
I can't.
Yeah.
The only one I can do is Frasier and Everybody Loves Raymond.
I hate Frasier so much. I hate
just
it.
grew up watching it, so
Yeah.
it's cheesy, but
And I think the problem now is that's one of the ones Shiloh uses to fall as I cough to fall asleep.
Frasier? Oh my god, so do Sam and Alex.
Really?
Yeah, they love Frasier.
Why?
I know, I don't know. It's hilarious.
It's like growing up with it, like you said.
Growing
maybe.
up, yeah. And so I was also home this weekend, and I went to my friend's baby shower, and
Yeah.
so cute. And I was watching TV with my dad, and he turned on Cops. We used to watch Cops on the regular.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so fun.
From my memory, it was like the first type of reality TV.
Yeah. Do you remember Rescue 911?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I actually watched
Oh,
it.
Very, very 90s.
Is it?
It's so good.
Yeah.
The only one I remember, though, is a mountain lion broke into this guy's house.
Ooh.
And so they it's like
That's a smart kitty cat.
so smart.
So smart.
So cute. So huge. It was like
Huge.
walking around on the counters.
Well,
I know. Put your shit away.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cats are curious animals.
And they're hungry.
Let them live. Let them roam around if they want to. Although Shiloh would be pissed. He'd be like, get off my counter.
I know. And that cat would just rip his face off or something.
Truly. If that's that confident to walk into a house,
No.
it probably will rip somebody's
Yeah.
dick off.
Ooh.
Speaking of dicks.
Really great segue.
Not at all. It was
I
forced.
really was just gonna say though, we should get into the stuff because I've got so much.
Demi has notes on notes, and
You guys,
usually
I
I'm
have-
the one with
yeah.
all of my
1,
notes. No,
2,
Demi has taken over the
3,
notes.
4, 5, 6, 10 pages of notes.
Ooh, girl.
But they're tiny.
I mean,
it's
that's
like-
a lot of writing.
It'd be like a page and a half on real, actual pieces
Oh,
of
okay,
paper.
yeah. But I'm excited to see what you have to say.
Mhm.
To recap, we talked about the
Lorena.
4-part series Lorena on Amazon Prime.
About Lorena Bobbitt.
And John Wayne Bobbitt. And in the last episode, the very first episode of the series, it was the case against John Wayne Bobbitt to see if he was actually abusive.
Yes.
And in this one, it goes into more of the back, what happens after
more
his
of-
case,
And more of their history.
and then as they go into her case.
Yes.
So, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Okay, so I really liked this episode. It made me feel a lot of Oh yeah, let's talk about what we're drinking.
Sorry, real quick. Already sidebar.
I know.
We're not drinking wine today.
I know.
It's
what
fine.
a day.
I know. Today would be the day,
Yeah.
but we're not drinking it today.
No.
Demi had a great idea to drink.
Perrier sparkling
Yeah.
water, and they're in mini cans, and they're so cute.
They're so cute.
Okay.
I tried to make it. I almost dropped it. Tried to make a clink. Brink. Also, I'm on antibiotics, but I hope that we resume soon because I have
so
much wine. My sisters, for my birthday, got me a wine club subscription
So sweet.
for rosé. for rosé. So I currently have
Thank you,
Yeah.
because I'm reaping the benefits.
Yes,
too.
totally. I currently have 3 bottles of rosé, and I still need to go get my wine shipment from Lava Cap, which is 3 bottles of Lava Cap. Anyway, sorry. Sidebar.
yeah.
Okay, hey, here we are.
Lorena. Okay, so this was a really great episode because it, like I said, made me feel a lot of feelings.
Yes.
And it answered questions that I had in the beginning of the episode and didn't leave me guessing. So, like, in the beginning of the episode, so many things.
So many thoughts
Okay,
coursing through.
at the end of last week, I think we both were like, I don't know.
Is she telling the truth?
Is she telling the truth? Was there more to the story? Like, was she actually an abuse victim? I wasn't completely on a side yet, but I was open to
be convinced.
Yes. And so obviously I sided with her first because I'm going to side with a woman who's claiming something super...
huge thing. This is a huge allegation.
Exactly. And so...
Rape, abuse, years of abuse.
Yes.
Like, this is
so
a
if
huge
you're
thing
gonna
to say.
say that, and if you go as far as to chopping off a body part because of your abuse, like, that shows how traumatized you've been.
Totally.
And that was your last resort of what you could do. What confused me was, and this is a part that I have in my notes. Okay. So if she were repeatedly abused, that's one thing. And makes sense that was her last straw of cutting off his dick. But one of the things that they said at the beginning of the episode and in the first episode was that when she was interrogated by police, she said he always orgasms and he doesn't care if I do. He doesn't take care of me.
Yeah, I remember you saying that last week too.
I was just like, that's not a legitimate reason. And that was really the only thing I heard. Like, they were throwing around abuse, but didn't have concrete evidence of it or, like, documentation in the first episode.
Right. And also he wasn't convicted of being abusive.
Yes.
He was found innocent.
Yeah. And so that's where I was like, that's not abuse. That's a shitty husband for sure. Like, that's a selfish person, but it's not abuse.
Right.
So that they brought that up in the beginning of this episode. And they also started the episode with a lot about John.
Yes.
So they started off with John as this, like, celebrity and all the jokes and stuff. And I felt so bad for her. Like, the way that she described it, she's like, people were making fun of me all the time and I couldn't hide. I couldn't do anything. And she's like, David Letterman would call me his girlfriend. And to hear
somebody that we would see,
civilian, like just a normal person, be victimized by someone like David Letterman. I was like, wow, I've never thought of that. That's like, it made me think of when Katy Perry kissed that boy on American Idol.
Yes.
In the auditions.
Yeah.
And you, like...
Because it was his first kiss, and she's like, well, I'll be your first... And then just did it.
And just did it.
Yeah.
And you don't really think, like...
You're
like,
oh,
so lucky that he got to kiss a celebrity.
Yeah.
But... in reality, it's like you took that from him.
Yeah, he didn't get to choose that. You just went up and did it.
Yeah, you're doing the thing that you're also protesting against at women's rights marches is that boundaries and
boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah. So that
huge deal.
That's what I felt really sorry for her.
Yeah. And the one thing, can I like spin off of what the whole David Letterman thing too? One, I loved Whoopi Goldberg. And she's like, of course, like all these women over here. Her whole like little comedy thing. Yeah, which it probably still sucks even if you're Lorena to hear all that. But at the same time, like at least
as women,
at least Whoopi Goldberg was like more on her side for that stuff. The one thing that pissed me off though was Howard Stern. Is that what you're going to? Raising money, a telethon.
Sorry, can I just say also? So they can't say the word penis on TV, but they can have an erect, like supersized dick getting a boner for how much money they can raise for this person.
Yeah.
Are you serious? With half-dressed women running around too.
Exactly.
It's bullshit.
It's
I was
crazy.
just like, okay, we can't say the scientific, the anatomical word penis.
Right. Thankfully you can now, but back then it's just like crazy.
I mean.
Yeah,
like,
but it's just like at that time.
That's what they kept saying. The first episode was like, we don't say penis on TV. We don't say that. And it's just like, okay.
What are you going to say? His dingling? I don't know.
What did they say? His organ.
Oh, Jesus.
But they couldn't say the word penis, but you can like blast this like veiny, crazy penis on Howard Stern.
Mm-hmm. To raise money for some guy.
Yeah. One other thing. Did you have more about Howard Stern? So,
nope.
Just like, I love how much they were showing how nuts the media was going, because
nutso.
They made John a celebrity.
Yep.
And having him be a host on these shows, and you know, poor John. And then so Lorena is a fiery Latina immigrant,
hot-blooded Latina woman,
and a crazy bitch.
Yep,
that's what they called her. And it's like, oh, you mean the woman who's endured years of abuse?
Yeah,
is a fiery immigrant.
And again, like, of course, I don't condone like chopping off somebody's dick.
No,
at the same time, something happened to this woman.
Yes, that was her snapping.
Yes. She snapped and did something, because as we come to find out within this episode, and we'll get to even more, the rape that she says that she endured, I would want to chop his fucking dick off too. Are you kidding me?
I know. So
abusive.
So intense. And so in the beginning of the episode, when they're in court, I wrote that this episode is making me nervous because witnesses and friends who knew them had seen Lorena attack John in public and scratch at him, punch him, and him like kind of
coward. Like, are you talking about like
when they were all somewhere? It was a group of friends and they were in line somewhere, and one of the girls was on the stand, on the witness stand, and saying like she just went nuts, and he had to restrain her when he was the one getting the brunt of the abuse. And so that's what the public saw. Right. But they don't see what's going on inside the house.
Right. And also, like, I think of this, and obviously these cases don't relate, but it made me think of it with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Yes. And how her mom would hold onto her and hold her hand and would hurt her when the media was on them. Yep. And that was the daughter realizing, like, I better say exactly what I need to say. So what if he, like, obviously we don't know. This is just me speculating. Of course, that's what I always do. Yeah. What if, like, in that moment that she attacked, what if he had done
whispered something to her,
or grabbed her aggressively and nobody noticed? Yep. You know, like, people get away with sexual aggression around people all the time. Yeah. Freaking Larry Nassar for the gym, like all the gymnastics. He was molesting people in front of their parents. You know? So it's just like, obviously we don't know. I'm just, again, this is me speculating, but like, we don't know what made her snap. Yeah. On that little level where she started
where everybody else saw.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I feel so shitty about this. When Lorena was talking about how they met and fell in love, I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. Like, in the beginning, it was so cute.
It is, because it's like,
he's a Marine and he's going to protect her, and she
wants to be a citizen, and she came here for the American dream, and she found somebody who was, and they were courting and dating for 10 months. Oh my gosh, and they could never be left alone. And it's just like this very, like, wholesome little 80s love, you know?
But the people that she was staying with were just like, don't like him. From the beginning. Like, where's your freaking wallet, bro?
Yeah, never was paying for anything.
Oh, sorry, I forgot my wallet. Yeah. Oh, you're a tool.
Yeah.
So they end up getting married, and she says that he just couldn't hold down a job. And so she was the breadwinner of the house, which I'm sure made him feel very emasculated.
Oh, 100%.
Because, you know, as a Marine and you're a bouncer who can't hold down a job.
And he was very successful in his youth. He was always like the best athlete. He was really good in the Marines. He was always like, you know, beating records or being the best in the, you know.
Yes. So she had to be the breadwinner. She was like stealing from Nordstrom's, which was so sad for me, because the reason she felt that she had to do that was because he told her that she was ugly in everything that she wore. She was pushed to the point she had to steal from her employer and steal from clothing stores because her husband made her feel so shitty about who she was.
Because he's feeling shitty about himself, to be honest.
And like, I am not giving him an out. No. But I would say that, like, he was probably in such a low place in his own personal life, in his mind. and I don't know what his childhood was like. I would imagine that that's how he was raised to deal with it.
Well, I mean, obviously he probably wasn't raised in the best circumstances, because the very first time that John hit Lorena was in the car after he'd been drinking, and his brother was there, and his brother was nodding at John.
Like, good job.
You did the right thing.
Oh my God. So I would feel like a caged animal.
Nobody's on my side.
With one person hitting me and the other person literally watching and approving.
Exactly.
Sick.
So that night that happened, they call the police. The police are like, do you have somewhere to go? She's like, no, but I'm going to get out of here anyway. Oh, and she sleeps in her car outside of her work.
Yes.
And so also, like, real quick, close to the beginning of the episode, I just thought this was interesting how Lorena's case wasn't considered a sex case, even though his penis had been severed off. They said they couldn't classify it as a sex case.
Even though she had said that he had been raping her.
And she cut off the dick. Like, there's so many sexual aspects to this case.
Yes.
Like, and it's just so weird to me.
Strange.
It doesn't make any sense. I just wanted to put that out there. But
so the abuse starts slowly escalating.
Yeah.
And so when Lorena is describing the abuse, it really just gave me chills to watch her discuss this, because
difficult to watch. I was so sad.
Not in court yet.
Not in court, okay.
When she's older.
Oh, older, okay.
And she's talking about this escalation, and it's for me, like, I'm newly engaged and like I'm gonna have a husband soon or whatever the fuck, and the thought of thinking that you know someone and having them not only
they were dating for 10 months.
It's a long time, I guess.
In the 80s it was a long time.
Yeah.
For my parents, I feel like that was
true.
a long, I mean, like, that's a long time, you know?
But then, like, so not only is it your husband that just totally betrays you and becomes a monster, like, just another human being. And she is so small, defenseless, really. Yep. And just doesn't have a chance.
No.
And just, I can't imagine feeling that betrayal from
also,
another person that you're supposed to care about and is supposed to love you.
Exactly. And I wonder too, I mean, because half my family is Latina, you know, and having that very masculine kind of machismo where it's like your husband is right, you know, and all that stuff. So it's just like you have this culturally ingrained, I don't know so much because she is, she's Venezuelan?
Yes.
No, she's Ecuador.
No, yeah,
she's from Ecuador and she moved to Venezuela and then she moved to Virginia. But like, I don't know how much those communities necessarily have that dynamic. I would assume
I think
because
it's similar.
Probably Catholic, I would think. But maybe she didn't, at the start of it, she probably didn't feel like, well, I can't disobey my husband for one. You know, what he's doing is his right. No, obviously I don't think that. No, but like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean,
should we just jump right into the trial then?
Yeah, which is 60% of the country was paying attention to this trial.
Around Christmas time.
So
that's
So
interesting.
huge, I think.
That was really interesting to hear that they were saying like, oh no, move it to January so people pay attention.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So.
Wait, I thought they did move it to January though.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay,
like January
I was just
10th.
listening at work today. I wasn't.
Well, they also offered her a plea deal, and she'd have to go to prison for 4 months.
But then she couldn't become
an American citizen, and she would have to say that she was guilty for premeditated.
Oh yeah,
for premeditation. So she's like, no, I'm not guilty. Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty of chopping me. Like, I have a reason to do it though. Yes. Like, I'm not saying I didn't chop it off. I did, but also I'm not gonna forgo my citizenship just because, you know, of the circumstances.
So in the trial, I don't remember who says it, but they start interviewing all of John's friends about
excuse me?
Okay.
Yep, the interview his
this guy talk.
Quote, guy talk. That also is like, they call that legally. Like, the lawyers call it guy talk.
Yeah. Oh, it's just guy talk. It's locker room talk. It's just banter. That is not how men talk about real women. That is not how husbands talk about their wives. That is not how one person talks about another person. He said, I like to make girls squirm. I like to fuck girls up the ass. I like to hurt them. That's what he said. And there's multiple people that came forward and said, yeah.
He said that. And this shows how much guys shouldn't and don't talk about that stuff, is how uncomfortable all the other guys were talking about it.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be super hard to betray your friend, but like, that is not how people think.
I mean, didn't he also say that he likes to make her bleed, you know? Like, I thought he had said something like that.
He did say that. You're right.
Yeah.
So that's just, it is not, I love where we are today in society, where we can literally say like, no, that is not guy talk.
No.
That is sick. That is rapist talk.
That is
abuser talk.
100%.
That is sick.
Yep.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong and you have a problem. But
thank
you for saying it out loud so we know who you are.
Yeah.
That made me so mad. That is not locker room talk.
No.
It is
one thing like, oh man,
talk.
like she's so good in bed, you know, or
that's
something like
one thing.
Yeah,
like if you're talking about your consensual sex.
Consensual is the most sexiest word that you could ever freaking say.
I know. So I was just livid and disgusted.
Yep.
I wrote, I hate that we are the same species and that they're disgusting animals for thinking that. It's just such trash. So then that leads to, I think it was the prosecution was asking Lorena, did you engage in sex other than vaginally? And she said, he did. I did not.
Yeah.
I just like thought that was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Of her to like put it in that way.
And the fact that she has to keep it together. Like she's trying not to break down. It was so hard to watch. It was so hard to watch.
It was truly like watching an animal being backed into a corner. Her just straight panicking, like looking for help, looking for someone to help her and save her from just having to be there and share something so personal and so, I could imagine so embarrassing to you and relive
you also feel like she obviously feels a level of shame, although she shouldn't, but that's what comes with being an abused rape victim. Like, oh gosh, it
was very hard to watch her say it, but I'm very proud that she did that. It was incredible. It was so brave. Yeah, it was just so traumatic to watch too. Oh
what
my God, what was he freaking referring this to? Okay, watching John on the stand and saying he never hit her. So they asked like several times, like, did you strike her? No. Did you slap her? No. Did you like grab her and push her against a wall? And he said yes. Okay. Then he said something. Okay. So this is how my note goes. Okay. When John is on the stand saying he never hit her, ... Okay, bye. It's not ladylike. And then on my next page, the last note was supposed to be something else, but then he said the ladylike comment, and now I am a victim.
I didn't even. What did he say?
He said,
I don't even remember.
This. What was
I just watched it this morning
about? Something that she did was not ladylike.
Okay.
Okay.
We just got back from watching that little clip where Demi is talking about the ladylike comment.
So he is saying
that yes,
I have restrained her. I've pushed her. I've held her down many times is what he says.
He even says many times.
First of all, he says that and he's expecting us to believe that it never escalated. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Second of all, she's not being ladylike because she's striking out because you're restraining her.
Don't restrain me. Like, no.
Don't touch me.
If I say you can't.
Oh, the thought.
I took a picture of Demi's whole reaction right now.
God.
It was
like literally the thought of a man putting his hands on me to restrain me because I'm not being ladylike. I will push you out of a window.
I will chop your dick off. No. I will Lorena Bobbitt you.
So uncomfortable that you think you have the right to restrain me for not doing what you think I should be doing. Yeah. It is insane.
I know.
It is truly insane to me that there are men who believe this. There are men.
That makes me so sick.
Isn't it sick and twisted? You think that you can look down on me. You are superior enough that you have to physically restrain me because I'm not.
Are you so scared of me?
Like I'm not acting the way that you think that I should be acting in a situation. Oh my God.
No.
Okay.
No.
Good night.
Yeah.
Sir. Forever.
Peace. Oh shit. Honestly, and the whole thing with this, and so this is why I was very confused in my thoughts from the first episode, because we're seeing him in his older age. He's he's aged, but like listening to him talk, I'm like, yeah, I could see where you know maybe where he's coming from.
Right.
Again, am I believing Lorena? Yes, she's calling out to people saying she's been abused and blah blah blah. But I was like, I could see like him. I could see why people thought he was innocent as well. Seeing this testimony, him on the bench.
There were crowds outside of the courthouse cheering for him.
I mean, that stuff still happens, though, all the time. Yeah. Like, recently.
Yeah,
where
they just elected him as judge.
Exactly. So it's just like, I mean, it's not, like you said, like, I like where we are today, where, of course, there's so much to talk.
Far to go.
So far to go.
Unfortunately. Like, I see so much of our culture still in this.
Yep.
It's just crazy to look back on this. It was
1994 when they went for this one, for hers.
Yeah.
And so after he was on this, when he's talking right now, he's going back and forth. The reporter outside of the courthouse is like, it seems like John Wayne Bobbitt is having problems recalling the events. And I'm like, yeah, because he's lying.
He's making it up as he goes.
Exactly. And I bet you the freaking prosecution is just like, what the freaking, that's what they even said. Like, what are you doing up there? Stop. Get, like, their star witness, or not witness, but person up there is pretty much fucking it all up, you know?
Insane. It is absolutely insane.
Yeah. And her attorney, he's like, I didn't want to coach her. I said, go up there and just be you and tell them the story.
I love that. Yep.
And that's what she should do, because that's why she's there in the first place.
Yes.
You know? I mean, she went through horrible things.
Ugh, my gosh, when she talks about
being
raped.
He
would come home at like 3 or 4 in the morning and she said, I just knew.
Yeah.
I can't get there.
Yeah.
I don't want to get there, but like I do, because I want to know what she went through.
Yeah. Like, I want to listen to her, hear her out. It's like that whole thing with Michael Jackson leaving Neverland.
Don't.
Did you finish watching it?
No, I can't.
Ugh, It's hard.
I tried.
But the guy Wade, who is a choreographer, he did choreography for Britney Spears and for NSYNC.
I knew it.
Yeah,
that's who he is.
So he's such a good dancer.
He's so good.
He says towards the end of all of this, he's like, yes, it's very uncomfortable to hear and to like tell you about the things that I went through and to get into detail. He's like, I'd rather talk about that than stay silent.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
I'll finish it tonight, I guess. It was just...
Maybe not today. Maybe don't do it today.
It took a lot out all weekend. When I had a moment to just like, when I was alone, I would think about it and just be in shock.
I know.
It's insane that to think of someone that you like know, air quote, like no one, I never knew Michael Jackson, but like I've enjoyed Michael Jackson my entire life.
Yeah.
And
it's heartbreaking to see somebody that people look up to.
Yes. And to knock him all the way down to, you are a pedophile. That's all that you are. You're not a good dancer and a pedophile. You are a pedophile. You raped children and you got away with it. And that's all you are. And that's all you will be known for now. Yeah. That is your legacy. Yeah. And I'm so sad for his children.
I know.
I'm devastated.
And the fact that like they don't talk about it though either, you know? I know.
It's her dad.
Of course, yeah.
Whoa.
I know. Crazy.
Dark.
Crazy.
Dark
Super
stuff.
dark. Anything else to add for Lorena?
No.
I'm excited to see the rest of it. Yeah. I want to see how, because they only are in like part of the case on the trial for Lorena. So by episode 3, I don't know.
We'll get some more deets.
Like what's gonna happen in the next 2? There's 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
I'm curious. It'll be interesting.
I bet they're going to talk about like their lives after the trial.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Duh.
Did you watch the Amanda Knox documentary?
I did not. No.
You should watch it.
I will.
Because they talk about that.
Oh, they do? Lorena Bobbitt?
No.
Oh, Life After
for Amanda Knox, which was crazy. All right, I am so ready to talk about The Silent Patient. Take it away, Jessica.
No, sorry. Whoa, I honestly don't even remember.
Okay, so
where we left off.
Okay,
so you have to
my first question. Me. My first question. This is a theory that I'm having right now. So I think my question is, did Theo fall in love with Alicia after she killed Gabe and she was like all in the media and stuff, and that's why he's so obsessed with her and like transferring his job to her place? Like that's extreme.
That's very extreme. I don't know if it's, I don't know if it's love.
You don't think it's love? That's not what you're picking up?
That's because he doesn't know her. He doesn't know anything.
He's like infatuated. Like Yuri didn't know the girl he was following home.
100% infatuated. I believe in that.
Okay.
I believe very, very fixated. I think that he has a obsession with her because obviously he does, because he's trying to transfer. He did transfer to where she's staying to try to be the one to crack her.
Yeah.
Am I hoping it's all because he does want her to get better and he does want to find out the truth, of course, because we all do, right? But
I know. I'm like I'm in between if it's like, are you doing it because you think that you're the most qualified to save her, or are you in love with her?
I think love's a little bit extreme with that. If anything, it's an infatuation, which I absolutely believe is true.
Yeah.
Just because you can't love somebody you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. And so I do think that it is more of a challenge than anything, too. Mm-hmm. It's not like that he necessarily thinks that he is the most qualified. He's hoping he is.
True.
This is like him proving to himself.
Yes.
On top of it all.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure. This is just my thoughts on it.
Right.
So we find out that Theo's wife has been cheating on him.
Fucking Kathy.
So, which is crazy because he seems to be pretty in love with Kathy. They seem to be pretty in love. They recap their story of how they fell in love.
Okay, if we're jumping right into that.
Why
not? I said literally fuck Kathy. What the hell? The dirty girl emails, like send them to your husband. Do you think your husband wouldn't be stoked to get that? Like,
right. Oh my God, yeah. Get a sexy email?
Yeah, so stupid. Can we backtrack just a little bit? Because before that, I don't remember when exactly, but there is this bridge that Theo is going to because Kathy's not home. Or, sorry, it's about Theo's talking about his addiction to marijuana.
Please, addiction. How funny is that?
It made me laugh so hard.
Like, so that shows that marijuana is not legal in the UK.
Yeah, it's so funny. And so the bridge that Theo refers to the first time he went and sold weed is the same area that Alicia and Gabriel went to go like shopping that he used to hang out with, used to like frequent in his younger years.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if it's relevant. I don't know if that's just like their main shopping point, like in their town. But I was like, oh, I wonder if that means something.
But this is a place that people go, like skaters go to hang. A lot of people go. Yeah. And so you know that he can go. He knows that he can go score
dope.
It sounds so funny because it's so legal.
Here. Like I could go buy weed right now if I wanted.
Yeah.
And I just felt really sad for Theo. Like, he loves Kathy. And it's such bullshit that we were introduced to Kathy, literally Theo walking up to Kathy and being like, babe, I'm telling everybody about
how we met
and how we fell in love.
So with that, the reason why he finds out that Kathy's cheating is because she's not home, and he's like, okay, now's the time where I can smoke a little bit of weed, because he does like it, which a lot of people do. Not most people. I actually don't like it, but so he wants to smoke it before she gets home, and he knocks down her computer, and she didn't log out of it. And in his mind, he's like, okay, did she subconsciously not log out of it? He's like psychoanalyzing everything that's happening, and stumbles upon, because he's high stumbling on these emails,
the dirty girl emails.
Yes.
And it's like bad boy 2020 or something
bad
dumb. Bad boy. But he really is a bad boy, whoever bad boy is.
Whoever he is. Yeah, just basically, yeah, like, can we see each other later, all
oh
this
my
stuff.
Gosh, she's like, oh, I smell like, what did she say, like, I still smell like you, or something gross and stupid.
I'm just on the bus, really, so horny for you. I can smell you on me. I feel like a slut.
And then he says, you are a slut, and she likes it. It's all just bad and gross.
It's
and
very
like,
toxic.
It's toxic and like
be whatever you're into.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's just very, it seems super juvenile and like alter ego. Yeah. Like whatever.
Yeah.
And okay, not that Theo is doing the same thing and physically cheating on Kathy, but I do believe that he is mentally kind of cheating on Kathy emotionally with Alicia.
Yeah.
He keeps saying weird stuff, and I'm just like I don't know, like I should have wrote them down, but it was just like, could I be the one to save her?
But from where I'm standing right now, it all seems like, again, like there is an infatuation with her, but it all seems like professionally gaining for it.
Oh,
I think there is an obsession with her, and probably because she is supposed to be gorgeous, she's supposed to be all these things, and yeah, he like completely moved jobs for her.
Yeah.
But I think that so much of his obsession with Alicia is proving to himself a lot of things, because he feels so inadequate in his own life.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
So, I mean,
I just know that if like I found out my husband was thinking all these things about another woman, regardless if it's a patient, it's crossing the line.
Yeah.
I think it's too much, and he needs to like step back.
Take a step back.
Yeah, and like not be so immersed.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing about like therapy and psychotherapy and stuff like that. It's probably pretty easy to cross that line, because you're probably thinking about your patients all the time.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to therapy next week.
Yeah, Demi gets to go to therapy. Oh, this week.
Thursday.
Yeah. That's so exciting.
Yeah. So then Theo finds all this out and is just like blown away by it, and he like has to get out of the house and go on a walk. And so he is walking all around town, and he ends up at Ruth's house,
which is his old therapist. Yeah.
And she's older and like 80 years old. It's 10 o'clock at night. He knocks on her door, and she's kind of alarmed and just like, oh my God, what's happening?
What the heck you doing here? And he's like, I really need to talk. And she's like,
come on in.
Come in, I guess.
Yeah.
And
so
basically, spills everything. And she's like, you need to get out of this. Blatantly says, you need to get out of the relationship. And before Demi and I were recording, I was saying, like, Ruth said something to him that I feel is important in relationships, because they're talking about like, oh, you know, I felt fireworks with Kathy though. Like she was my, you know, the one that there was basically a spark for. Like everybody always talks about spark. Not that you can't have those moments, because those are precious and amazing. And I remember those butterfly moments. Yeah. But what Ruth says is that about love, about how often we mistake love for fireworks, for drama and dysfunction. But real love is very quiet, very still. It's boring, and if seen from the perspective of high drama, love is deep and calm and constant. Imagine you do give Kathy love, in the true sense of the word. Whether or not she is capable of giving it back to you is another question.
Yep. And then, like more on Ruth, what Ruth is saying is love that doesn't include honesty doesn't deserve to be called love, which is so beautiful. Beautiful.
And I just think it's so important. Like we've even talked about this, I think, in episodes past, where it's like people are asking, like, what's going on with your life? Anything new? And I'm like, no, nothing.
No, it's great.
Great. It's boring. It's consistent. And it's just like, and I have consistency in my relationships and all that stuff. And I feel grateful for that, you know, and I feel for people that don't, you know, because it's hard. It's hard to, you know, go through that stuff. So I can definitely empathize though too, because of course I've had those moments too with Theo and how he's feeling about his wife.
Yeah.
You know, it's scary. Like, he doesn't know what to do, but Ruth is like, just break up with your girlfriend.
Yeah, break up with your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
She's bored.
Because I'm, yeah.
And then Theo says that he has to leave Kathy, and I'm just wondering, like, how is he gonna do that?
No idea.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, truly.
So then I wrote LOL at Kathy for being mad at the weed.
I know.
He walks in the door and she's like, do you have something to tell me? And he's like, bitch, I got some tea to spill for you.
Yeah,
And so she like pulls out the weed. She's like, sometimes I feel like I don't know you at all. And it's like, really? 'Cause same. You're the worst.
The worst. She's the worst.
She is the worst. I am the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And so during that time, they're like hashing it out a little bit, and she's just like pissed off, like, "Are you serious, Theo? I can't believe this. Blah blah blah. You know how I feel about that.
You're so
You're so stoned." And so what I loved in this part was that Theo's inner monologue was literally so real. It is exactly how I would be, where you're just like, I'm going to rip your face off and scream and yell and cry and want to hug you and kiss you and be in your arms and like make all this go away. And instead he says nothing and says, let's go to bed.
Yep. That inner turmoil, so real.
Accurate.
So real.
So on point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so then he's like hiding his pain and just like laying next to her in bed, and then he like ends up sobbing.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh my God, Theo, like, analyze yourself. You are a therapist. What would you do?
You can't, like, it's probably so hard for you to analyze yourself.
Yes.
It has to be. I mean, it's hard for me to do that as just a normal person. You know what I mean? But he basically, bound to the end of it, he basically says that, like, I won't let Kathy go. Like, I'm not going to give up on this.
I know.
And I'm like,
so dumb.
Listen to your...
Do you think Ruth is just telling you to do that because she's bored and, like, wants to cause drama for you? No. You're in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
You
don't have any kids involved. Why not break up?
Get out. Because he's so... He truly thinks that he can't do any better.
He thinks he can't do any better. He also has something to prove with himself and to his parents that Kathy was the right person. You know, his dad was abusive. His mom didn't seem to really protect him, you know?
Yes. I also have for you.
Tell me.
I want to play Elif's voice.
Ooh, yeah.
Elif shook her head furiously. I didn't say nothing. I'm not trying to suggest you provoked her. I'm just curious. What was it? I asked her something, so fucking what? What did you ask? I asked if he deserved it. Who? Him. A bloke.
So, should we get back into Alicia's stuff? So, in the last time we were here, she attacked him. And they have to, like, pull her off. It takes 4 guards or something to pull her off. And then he's fine. Theo's fine. And just has, like, scrapes and bruises. And the whole thing is that he's like, I think I got through to her. Like, whatever I said caused a reaction. And she's trying to communicate.
It's progress.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, obviously it was an attack. But,
yeah.
I said something that made her try to communicate with me. And the fact that, just read, like, when you played the Elif? I already forgot. Elif. When you played that little bit where she antagonizes, Alicia.
It's like saying that her husband deserved it.
Yeah,
and she doesn't like that.
She doesn't like that. And she doesn't like that when she meets with Theo.
Is that what he said?
So not in that time. So she goes back to see him in the office, and I can't recall exactly what Theo says, but basically is asking her questions. Is kind of pushing pushing his luck, and saying basically, like, I don't know if it's I understand, but he says something where it's talking about her killing him, and she gets up and he thinks he's about to be attacked again, and she walks out because whatever he said she didn't like. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes. Okay, so what's said is the reason why she reacts and gets out of the room is that Theo says part of you hated him. It's true, Alicia, or you wouldn't have killed him. And then she gets up, she storms out of the room. So she's, like, trying to, like, I feel like she's trying to be like, no, I didn't hate him. There is a
yeah.
reason why he's dead.
Yes.
I was texting Demi because, of course, I couldn't keep it in. So we get into meeting people. Theo finally goes and tries to meet people that there's so much to talk about. Oh my God. He's trying to figure out about Alicia and about her relationship with Gabriel.
Yes.
So he goes and talks to her cousin. Her cousin almost kills Theo because he thinks he's an intruder.
And also, like, kind of drunk.
Yeah, exactly. And then the cousin's mom, which is Alicia's aunt, seems kind of be a bitch, and it seems that she might have been abusive towards Alicia maybe in her youth.
Yes.
After her mom died. The aunt comes and lives with them, with the cousin and all that. So he goes and talks to them, and I don't even remember what really happens necessarily.
Nothing really. Like, Theo kind of gets insight on Alicia's childhood and the fact that her aunt was, like, super hated her, and that Alicia wasn't even that close with her dad. Mm-hmm. And just... They, like, her and Paul were close as kids, and then she just never came back around after, like, being 18 and, like, getting the hell out of there.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why they go to Paul's initially is because he was told to go there.
By Max's wife. So
Max Berenson is the brother of Gabriel. Oh, my God. Piece of fucking shit.
Oh, my God. In my notes, as I was listening to it, I was like, I wonder, like, why Alicia hates him. Like, what could it be? Like, is it because the Gabriel spends too much time with him because they're best friends? And I was like, oh, no, it's because he assaulted her.
Yeah. So before we find out, so Gabriel's brother, Max, did assault Alicia. But before we find that out, Theo goes to him to try to figure out, like, what their relationship was like. And he's like, oh, well, I never really liked her, all that stuff. She wasn't for me. Mm-hmm. And... they kind of just, like, talk a little bit and actually seems kind of helpful. But he also was like, oh, okay, are we done talking about this?
Yeah, like, doesn't want to keep bringing it up.
Exactly. And as he's walking out of the office, the receptionist, who is also Max's wife, says, you need to go talk to her cousin, which is why he goes and talks to Paul.
So after that happens in chapter 24, is that what you're on right now?
I'm just skipping around.
Okay. So in chapter 24, in Alicia's diary, she talks about how she came home from...
Wait. I'm not even towards chapter 24 yet. Chapter 24 is way later.
Whoops.
Mm-hmm. Dang it. So we're in between chapters 5 of part 2.
These chapters are so confusing.
So confusing.
Why?
So
what's
part
the
2,
point?
chapter 5 to chapter 23.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that I probably did read chapter 24, though, just FYI. But they do talk about the assault in her diary. She's, like, recounting the fact that she's been assaulted by Max. Yeah. He comes up to her. So she doesn't want him over for dinner. Gabriel invites his brother over, Max, for dinner, doesn't want him over. Yeah. And she can't really tell him why. And Gabriel goes outside to go to the barbecue. Yeah. And Max comes up to her and is just like, I love you. And she's like, get the fuck out of here, you creep.
Barf all over.
You creep. And he says, like, I can't stop thinking about you. And then he forces...
yeah. But, okay, hilarious that she's like, I'm telling him. Yeah. And he's like, about what?
Yeah.
And then he's like, but I love you, and wants to kiss her again. Yeah. Like,
I'm going to tell my husband that you kissed me before.
I remember doing that. I'm in love with you.
And then and then Force kisses her again. It doesn't make any
She bites
sense.
his tongue.
Yes, she does.
Yes, queen. Like, poor thing. So, okay, so this applies. I wrote this at the end of where we're supposed to stop reading, but it applies right. Actually, maybe I'll wait to say it because it's after we talk about John Felix.
Is that what's highlighted?
No,
I didn't read it.
Don't read it.
I didn't read it, but I was thinking.
I don't want you to read that. It's a secret about you. Just kidding.
About me. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. There's a lot happening right now. Also, during the time that we find out that when Alicia is writing in her diary saying, like, Max is coming over, I know you don't like Max, they had just gotten done arguing about a gun in the house.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
In chapter 24.
Sorry. That's chapter 13. Oh, you're chapter 24.
Dang it. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so then, yes, you're right.
Okay.
We're both right.
Yes. Damn it.
It's so I was just like, audio. It's such foreshadowing because she's expressing how much she hates guns. Mm-hmm. But then that's what she kills him with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does she kill him? Yes. I don't think it's her. I think it might be Max.
So she just goes off about that, and then he, at the end of the argument the next day, they end up having makeup sex. He says he'll get rid of the gun. She's like, don't worry about it.
It's just like a gun that was given to them by his father too. It's just
like a family heirloom or something.
Yeah.
And he loves it.
Which, sure. It's my birthday today. I'm 33 years old.
That is a big chapter.
It's the same one.
Yeah. Because what does Gabriel do when they come home after the picnic?
I don't remember.
He asks her to have a baby.
Oh, yeah.
They're happy.
Yeah. No, like, they're, like, super fucking happy. You guys.
Yes.
I don't know why he's dead because they were so happy, which is why I think somebody else killed him.
And it's not escalating in her diary at all as to, like,
no. She's, like, irritated with him.
But, like,
because, like, everybody
life
is.
Stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So... yeah, it's her birthday. They go on a picnic. It's like one of the most beautiful days. And she's like kind of thinking about kids, but worried that she's not going to be a good mother because of her mother.
She's got her mother's blood running through her veins.
Exactly. So she's like, what if I, have these tendencies the way that my mother did? And then he said that he had something on his mind. I want to have a baby. I want us to have a baby is what and she like doesn't feel any happier than this is the happiest she's ever been.
Had to get out of bed to make sure she could write it in her diary.
Yeah,
it was so cute.
Yeah. So the reason why I think, because this is all me theorizing again, because obviously that's all I do. This is why I think, because it seems like Max is very jealous of everything.
Yes.
He's jealous of his brother. So Max is also adopted. Because they didn't think their parents didn't think that they could have a kid, but once they adopted Max, they were able to conceive Gabriel. So, not that that's like a bad thing. There's plenty of people that are adopted that don't have,
But what I'm picking up is that he just feels inadequate, and that Max
in every way,
or that Gabriel's the whole package.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is probably why he becomes an attorney. He's like, oh, I can get money. Yeah, I can be successful. Yeah. And he is coveting his brother's wife, and he's being aggressive with his brother's wife because she's gorgeous and she's also successful and blah, 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 blah. So because I'm only halfway through this book, my theory is the reason why Alicia is like pissed that people think that she hated her husband and killed him out of hate is because I don't think it was her. I don't think it was her. My money is currently on Max, but maybe it's also Paul, because what happens with Paul?
Oh my gosh! And now Paul is
her
gambling.
Cousin.
Yes, gambling debt, £20,000, however much that is in today's dollars.
I don't know.
It's
pounds are more than dollars anyway.
Exactly. So that's why it is
$1 million.
It is
brothers.
In America, it's brothers. You can't even amount the amount of money
to cash. 20,000 brothers.
20 brothers in cash, please.
Obviously. So,
but then Paul comes to Alicia and is like, I am so desperate. Please help me. I'm going to get moited because I'm in so much gambling debt. And she's like, okay, here's money. Here's
2,000.
2,000 pounds. And he's like, okay,
not enough, but
I'll take what I can get. Yeah. And then, who is it? I think Paul, when Theo goes and visits Paul, is when he's like, you should go talk to her close friend and partner, Jean-Felix.
Yes. Jean-Felix.
Feliz. Navidad.
Who also seems like a piece of shit. Yeah. I think he just seems cocky. I don't know if he's a piece of shit necessarily. I think he is also in love with Alicia, 100%.
Yeah.
He's jealous that...
But that's what I said. Super loves Alicia. Yep.
Yep. I said that.
Hello.
I said
there I am.
So, yes. Definitely in love with Alicia. In love with her work because she is an actual artist and he doesn't really have the artistic ability, but he does have an eye for it. So he sells her, work at his gallery, and
she's over it.
She's like, I don't even want to be your friend, dude. Like, you're honestly putting on too much
in her. So Theo goes and talks to John Felix, and John Felix just kind of like, there wasn't really anything super to note, right?
I mean, he comes to the house, or
That's in her diary.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So in Alicia's diary, this is after John Felix has been introduced to Theo, and Theo goes to the gallery and sees some more of her artwork and just kind of gets more into like John Felix and Alicia's relationship. And in John Felix's eyes, they were best of buds.
Yep.
And then according to Alicia's diary, she was over this one-sided friendship where he was reaping all the benefits of her friendship. And one thing that she said that I found super interesting was when she said that John Felix is holding on to a time in their lives when she was so unhappy.
Yeah.
And that's what he's always reminiscing on. Like, where we go so far back. Remember when we did this and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, but I don't want to remember those times.
No.
I was so sad.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, so he's just very jealous of Gabriel.
Yep.
And it's very obvious.
And she is also telling him, like, I want to take out, after this art show, I want to take out my art from the exhibit.
Pissed. Mm-hmm. He does not like that.
But he still has all of her art right now while she's in the institution.
So he's reaping those benefits.
Yeah, he is. He is coming up with the idea, though, to Theo, saying, like, give her a paintbrush, give her some time, like, you should, that's her medium. That's how she communicates.
Yeah.
So you should do all that.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So he does say that. And like, so I feel like this is right where we end, right?
Yep.
So one thing that
the main thing we end on is that John Felix and her are kind of arguing a little bit. And not after they argued and stuff like that. And she's saying, like, when Gabriel got home, talked about what happened with John Felix. And she says her last sentence is, I'm afraid of him, talking about John Felix.
Yes. So I wrote that down too. And one thing that made me kind of sad in like this segment that we read was that all I'm getting from Alicia's diary is how spread thin she is.
Yes.
And has to be such a people pleaser to all the men in her life.
Truly.
There is no like Alicia.
There's no girlfriend to like also vent to.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to have anybody.
She just has to be a doormat for all of these men.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have anybody to turn to. And like even Gabriel sometimes, like, yeah, they're super happy, but he was pretty dismissive with her when she told him what happened with John Felix. Like, regardless of her not liking him anymore, it's still a big deal.
Right.
They still do have such a history, and that's how where she started as an artist. And like, it's a hard thing to break that connection. And he just wasn't sympathetic at all. He was just like, good, you should do it now. Like, he's super in love with you. Can't you see that? Like, and she's just like, no, what? Like,
also, most women that I know, including myself, like, when we don't rip a Band-Aid off necessarily. We gradually pull away from people, which is what she's saying. Like, I want to do that with John Felix. I'm also, as she discloses to herself, though, is that she's afraid of him. She's worried if she gets out of this friendship too quickly, there's going to be retaliation, which most women are afraid of that in their daily lives. What do I do to make sure that stuff doesn't escalate? How am I going to
make sure I don't have anything over my head?
Exactly. Yep. And that's how she is. And I do, like, it's so sad because as far as I can tell, she doesn't really have anybody to talk to.
Yep. No,
that
she
can
doesn't.
relate to her.
She has no one, really. She's very alone.
Yeah.
And she feels like so safe with Gabriel, but yeah, like I said, just he's a typical guy where it's just like, just do it now.
Right.
It's like, we don't function like that.
No.
Most women don't.
Nope.
So
yeah, that's where we leave off
next week.
So
many notes.
It's still part 2, I think. Part 2, chapter 23.
Okay.
To part 4, chapter 4. So I skip a whole part. There's a whole part 3 in there. Took some figuring out. We got it.
You guys.
For Audible.
Yeah, if you're listening to Audible, you are going to stop at chapter 50.
And with a book, it's in part 4, chapter 4, page 237.
Yeah, let's just say that. Okay, we got it.
So, should we do a question? Okay, let's do a question. Okay, so we're going to go into our next part. Next part.
Thank you.
Next. I don't know what that was. So we're going to do a question, and then we're going to read an entry from Demi's diary. It's coming to an end, guys. Oh, Demi turned the page in her diary, and all you see is "fuck," like really scribbled in.
Okay, maybe we'll read that then.
Good. The question first.
Okay.
My crush read my text about a week ago and left me on read. What should I say in a follow-up text? Is one question. Should or should I not send one? 2. Also, what are some good conversation starters over text to send to your crush?
Okay, so this is like a choose your own adventure question.
It totally is.
So let's go both ways.
Okay.
1, should you text him? The answer is just no.
No,
He doesn't like you, but say you do it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so say you're going to text him. Opening would be, wow, can you believe what Donald Trump did this week?
Yeah, that's a perfect opening line.
Another one. What is your favorite animal? 2.
That's 3.
3. How do you count? 3. Why?
4.
That did not count. 3. Why have you not texted me back and just be very upfront?
Honestly,
are you dead? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Number 1, are you dead?
1, personally, going back to no, don't text him back. Personally, I would not.
No.
They don't seem interested.
made it
Also,
clear.
the fact that you reached out last, it's their turn to freaking answer you back. Yes. Should I sure not text him? No. Okay, again, going back to what Demi said. If you do the yes, I'd either be very blunt about it or make something funny up if you really want to reach out.
Yes.
You know, like you said.
Send a funny meme.
Memes are always a good
Yes.
idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh my
Yes,
God, memes
I
are
hope
so
they do
good.
that.
Yeah.
Memes. Just do the meme anyway.
Yeah.
A funny meme or
Or
a
like
mean
the
meme.
awkward meme, or like the Kardashian where she's peeking out of the bushes, like,
Yeah,
hey,
that is your classic.
That's my go-to, like when I need the tea.
Yeah.
When I also like want to be like, hey, bitch, I'm here.
Don't
with the
forget
news.
about me.
Yeah, tell me some secrets. No, just tell me anything because I'm bored.
Yeah.
No. Okay, thanks.
But don't text him.
Yeah, no,
Move
but
on.
don't. Or meme. Okay, bye.
Or meme. Yeah.
Like
That's all.
GIF, whatever.
GIF.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay, Demi's
Okay,
diary.
so this is freshman year. It says second day of school, August. So, dear diary, OMG, Jason likes me, yay. Okay, so he came over a week ago and we totally bonded, LOL. He like laid on the couch downstairs and me and Taryn woke him up and then I was like laying on him and want to know a secret. I like him, LOL. No one knows, but I might go back out with Chris. So, it's a toughie. Like the whole deal with Jason is exactly why I dumped Chris, because I'd have someone here. I should just go out with Jason and move on. That would be the best way to get over Chris. And Jason hasn't smoked weed for like 4 months. So brownie points for quitting. I like Jason. Sounds good. Love always, Demi. Next page. Fuck! Jason doesn't like me anymore and I feel like crap. I really had a chance. We would always hold hands and he'd kiss me on the forehead because I told him and I liked it. And when guys do that, what do? He likes some girl named Mickey. Lucky her because Jason's a great guy. Love always, Demi.
Lucky for her because Jason's a great guy. Like you were like so mad, but like good
So
for you, Mickey.
Mad.
You have to save it. You have to save it.
No.
You have to save
No,
it.
it's so good.
Demi wants to keep reading.
Long one.
I know, you have to save it. We're running out.
But I have notes from Jason. That's what's coming.
I know, but when?
At the end of this month.
I know, it's so far away.
Oh, we've got plenty till then.
Okay.
But it's so good.
I mean, you do it, but I'm
Dude,
just like
this Jason train, I was on it. I rode this train for a year.
Jason Derulo. Freaking video.
I mean, I can wait if you
No,
want.
no,
I'm
no.
just like
I'm
really
not
on one
saying-
and I really want to get this
I'm not
out.
saying I don't want to hear it. I absolutely want to
Okay.
hear it. I'm just gonna be sad when Demi Diaries is
comes
over.
to an end.
So totally up to you.
I was gonna tell you
support
and everyone else. I recently bought a new diary.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have
It's
a
so
million
cute.
journals. You should have.
I do too, but I saw this one and I was like, that's the one I want to write in.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love that.
it was-
It's like leather bound cuteness.
I'll show you.
Okay, cool.
It's super cute.
I love it. That's awesome.
Ready?
Yes. Obviously, I'm ready.
This is a long one, but I'm just going to be very dramatic right now.
Good.
November 1st, 2004.
Excuse me.
Dear Diary, isn't life glorious? Jason likes me again. We all went to the movies and So-and-so and so-and-so go out.
Wait, sidebar real quick.
Yes.
The last one she wrote was, fuck, Jason doesn't like me anymore. The next one is like, Jason likes me again.
Yes. Told you, it's a roller coaster train ride. So I'm just going to say, Jess and Shiloh go out. So when me and Jess get there, Jason hands me a ticket and says, me, you, and Louie are going to see Saw. And Shiloh and Jess can go watch Grudge. It's in quotes because they're going to make out. So I'm happy because I'll be with Jason. A couple days earlier, Jade and Jason both told me that he was going to ask me out, but he couldn't because of Louie. Louie likes me a lot, but I really like Jason. So at the movies, we're like 10 or 20 minutes late.
Oh my God, I hate
18, that. And it's L with an 8. 10, 20 minutes late. And so it's a scary movie. And Jason says, let's not. What does this mean? Oh, scandalous. Let's not put the bar down and sit close to each other. And I have no problem with that. So later in the movie, Jason puts his hand on oh my God, high school, you're so fun. Jason puts his hand on my seat and then he touches my leg. And I put my hand there.
Isn't
it so high school?
So high
this
school
is
also
prime.
like cute. Because it's like all the hormones are raging.
At the hormone
coursing through your veins, they're raging
through the hands. Okay. The bar, like at the movie theater, the
armrest bar.
Yeah. Yes. I put my hand there to see if he wants to. I do it like 4 times until finally the movie is too scary and I want to hold his hand. So we grab hands. I love it. Then after the movies, he goes to Oliver's house and says, I can't do anything with you anymore.
Oh, that took a turn. Roller coaster on a loop.
And then I have a note that says Friday, and it points to that entry. Today, wait.
What is happening?
Wait, Saturday 1st.
Saturday 1st.
I'm talking to Angelica on the phone at like 11 at night, and I put my away message up. And I make it so if I get any IMs, it doesn't show till I come back. So I see the screen flicker, and I check it, and it's from Jason. And I'm like, what does he want? Because he never IMs me. And it says, I like you. Whoa, yay.
Wow, putting it out there too. Oh no, tell me.
Today's convo in the drawer. I printed it and it's in the drawer.
No.
It's coming. This entry is
I'm so excited.
Entry you don't I remember this day.
Yeah.
I remember it so
well. That's a very big deal. He was touching your leg and then you held hands. Like that's a huge deal.
Like the little like tickle on your thigh,
Girl.
and you would just be like, oh my god. Okay, be cool. Go to the bathroom. Come back. Go. Be cool.
So one of my biggest memories of my ex-boyfriend from high school
I have butterflies right now. That's how excited I am for past me.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting.
So cute.
So I would hang out with him, and then we had this other guy friend who was like always third wheeling.
Yes.
And we
Louis.
were all like,
you have a Louis?
Yeah, pretty much. And
I
we
loved
were all
Louis.
Oh,
sorry.
And he would like come over. They would all come over, and we'd hang out at the house or whatever. And the ex-boyfriend like was playing footsie with me under the table. Mind you, footsie is the most awkward thing. What are you doing with your hands? I don't know what to do. It's the most awkward thing to do.
Yes.
Like, where's your foot? Give me it.
Let me kick you in the nuts.
Like, it's like, it was the most awkward. But I don't think I ever had more intense butterflies truly in my life.
I know. Yeah.
And it was so awkward.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it means.
It means
nothing, but it was so...
I'm going to touch my shoed foot to your shoed foot.
And practically jizz my pants.
Exactly. I'm going to awkwardly rub up and down your calf too. Just so you know, I am thinking about you.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. The next entry, so that was in November. The next one isn't till March.
Ooh.
And it even starts with so much has happened. So we'll find out. I'm going to mark it.
Hold your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
So please come join us. No, can't read it yet.
It's 4 pages.
Oh, we have
drama.
we have a treat next week, friends.
Wow. Thank you so much for being here, you guys.
Yeah.
Send us your diary entries. You can change the names and we will read it in it's such fun voices.
Or also don't change the names. Do what you want.
Yeah,
you know?
Call people out. If you were cheated on, we will spill this piping hot tea on this podcast. Don't think we won't.
Because we will.
We care about you.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Love always.
Demi and Jess.
You say bloopers.
Oh, bloopers.
That did nothing.
I know. That light is terrible. Like, it's just orange in here now.
No, it's like not even that.
It's just
so
there.
Like, I'm trying really hard to illuminate the room. What do you want from me? Yeah.
Okay.
We're still talking about the lamp.
Okay, it sucks.
Testing.
Hi.
1, 2, 3.
Podcast.
1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Testing.
Hi.
Again. Hey.
Like, perfect. It's 4 o'clock.
Lucky charm?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes. We kind of already did a thing. We did an introduction.
Yeah.
I'm using it. I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're using that for sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
Testing.
Hi.
Is it working?
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
Ah. No, I'll probably go. I want to go with somebody.
Shiloh?
Shiloh doesn't drink wine.
He can figure it out. I'm sure they have beer. They might.
No, I don't think they do.
What?
Yeah, I don't think they do. It's just like all wine tasting. So, honestly, maybe
He doesn't drink wine ever?
No, because it makes his ears hot. He's allergic to it, I think.
Oh,
yeah.
Cute.
Hey, friends. They're sensitive subject matter. I have to add this. Because, you know, I can't. Oh, beware, the sensitive subject matter ahead.
I feel awful triggered.
I can't
Let's do it in accents. It'll lighten the blow.
Okay.
Okay.
Good day, friends.
Yes. Yes, mate.
There is sensitive subject matter ahead.
If you at all feel triggered, trigger happy maybe, you better call your partners, your friends, your family.
And your gosh darn crisis hotline's all right.
Thank you so much for listening.
But for real,
But if you guys feel triggered, call Friends Family Crisis Hotline Center.
enjoy the episode.
Bye.
I need to smile.
It's not. This is not what I wanted to show you. It sucks.